the thing that's meant for you might be just one additional step ahead. And so, my example for this topic today is my therapy. So, I talked about this the other day, but I decided that I wanted to start therapy and to really just have someone kind of hear and support what I'm going through. But that's the thing, is like they have to be able to support who I am. And in many circumstances in my life, there have been, people and therapists who just don't understand my thought pattern. If you're here watching my videos, it's probably because you are in that same field, dimension, whatever you want to call it, of just kind of looking at life in this more esoteric way. And so I really needed someone who could meet me there, support me there. And the one that I spoke with last week, it was just like, it just wasn't it. But old me would have like met with this therapist and be like, okay, they have all the authority. I should just like give it a shot. And like, I don't want to disappoint them. And, but then I was like, you know what? No, I'm a professional door closer now. And I know that when I say no to something that I don't just feel in resonance with, even if it looks good and it's fine on paper and whatnot, then the next door opens and it's always so much more aligned. And when I say aligned, like aligned can be so broad, right? We're like, get in alignment. Alignment just means like alignment with something. Like you could be in alignment with things that are, bad for you. But when I say alignment like that, I mean alignment with your soul, alignment with what's like best for your most fulfilling life. And so this therapist that I closed the door on, I was like, I really want to speak about narcissism. I really want to just like go deeper into the effects that had on my brain and my human experience. Because the other thing with this is that in the spiritual world, a lot of people think that like they are just completely light and love and healed, and that's just not always the case, right? We're human beings having a spiritual, we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and we are in these human bodies. And that's why I have this program on rewiring the brain. That's why, I'm really, really passionate about health and nutrition and focused on that, as well as consciousness and spirituality and quantum manifestation and all of that too. But we're all of these things in this perceived reality, in this experience. And so what I'm saying with this is that I think it's really important to look at things as a whole, rather than being like, no, like I'm just gonna, use energy healing on my way out of this, all of this trauma. And that could work too. But I think going through the things that have happened within our mind is the way out. And how do we go through love and acceptance? But sometimes it can be hard to see these things that are living within our body, and sometimes they're not. Sometimes that's why like in my program we have EFT tapping, and so it's like you would bring into awareness like even though I'm feeling this blah blah blah, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. But sometimes it's like, especially when it comes to something so psychologically challenging, such as dealing with a narcissist in your life, it's good to have a backboard of somebody who can reflect things to you. And so I closed that door on that other therapist, and I opened the door for another one to come through. And I took my time. I went through every single possible one, and on this platform on BetterHelp. And I love the person that I found. She specialized in narcissism. She like completely understood what I was saying. She specialized in hypnotherapy and like understands more of the spiritual talk. And so finally, like I found someone who I can trust to go there with. Because I found before is like I would go there spiritually with someone and they'd be like, well, like it's not always spiritual. I'm like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Like it's our human experience. Yes. But behind that is our spiritual being. Like everything is the spiritual being thing, or spirituality, because we are having a human experience as a spiritual being. So I found someone, which is super exciting, just to have more tools to really go deeper. And we already found a big block that was caused from that whole experience. And so it's really interesting. It's like we all have our things, right? But I show up here every single day on YouTube and I make these videos talking about these things that I'm really passionate about. And I used to speak a lot about my health journey healing from Lyme and mold. And there are some people in my life who really, tried to bring that down in a big way and, make it seem like it was a bad thing that I was doing this. But in my heart, in my soul, I know that it's the right thing. And so from that, because when people are, close to you and they're having that feedback, sometimes if you're not completely aware of it, you can allow guilt and shame and whatnot to creep in. Like some people maybe want to be an artist and their family doesn't approve of it. And then, it's like this weird association that they have with following their dreams and their soul calling. And so it was the same thing for me. And so when I spoke with the therapist about this, I was like, this is really what I want to let go of, because this feels like my purpose. Being here, speaking about this, holding the space for you guys, having these programs, like traveling the world, getting to live this life in this way. And just now that I'm here, it's really about fully accepting it and allowing myself to really, really, really sink into it. And so that was a really wonderful experience and thing to kind of just look at with someone else there looking at it with me. And that wouldn't have happened if I just went with the first option. And so that can go with relationships, it can go with friendships, it can go with living situations, it can go with jobs. Oftentimes we'll arrive at the thing maybe we've been waiting for so long, right? For a partner, for a job, a new job, but it just does not feel in resonance. But we're like, I have to accept it because I don't see anything else and I've been waiting so long. I've said that so many times, right? And it's really now, especially with how Earth is shifting and how the energies are on Earth, I think that you're really supported if you just become a professional door closer, if it does not feel in resonance. Like if you feel that there's something else out there that is more in alignment with your soul and your highest potential here on Earth, with the highest ability to be love and abundance and happiness and health, then maybe just trust the process of saying, no, not this, I want something else. You can have anything that you want. You can have anything that you want. You can have anything that your soul wants. It's just a matter of trusting that process and knowing that process is real and knowing that everything is happening right now within the quantum field. All timelines are happening right now. Infinite possibilities. You have your free will. You get to choose. You get to move towards it. It's a process of trusting. It's a process of intention. And so that's the message, is don't just settle. Don't just settle because you've arrived at something that kind of looks like where you want to be. It could be better if you feel like it could be better. And so allowing yourself to feel that worthiness of it being even better than it is now will allow you to have the confidence and the trust to move forward into the dark, not knowing, but trusting that process. So I hope that this makes sense. I hope that it lands in the way that it needs to land. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Leave a comment if you feel called to do so. I'm leaving tomorrow morning. From this wonderful horse farm in Italy, and it's actually happening. I actually have to go tomorrow. I have a door on my van now. We're painting, waterproofing the back of the van. We fixed all the mold. I have not done much. My friends here have done pretty much everything, and I have been there for hanging out and moral support and gratitude. and I just love it here, and I miss it already. I really do. But I'm also super, super excited for the next chapter and to see whatever else is going to come into my life. And I'm just opening the door for wonderful, deep experiences that help in my soul's evolution of fulfilling my soul's purpose and mission here on Earth. And I trust myself to follow that. I trust myself to walk in the dark towards it and to really just allow myself to have the freedom that I desire and not to fall into fear. Not that that's like something that's really controlling me anymore. In the realm of like when I arrived, I was like, what am I doing? Not having a job and, traveling the world and blah, blah, blah. I can't do this. But that was just the subconscious. And so with EFT tapping and retraining and giving my brain evidence and, really leaning into this process of free will and choosing from the infinite possibilities, it has been so magical. And I'm allowing it to be that more and more and more. So today we're going to do that work on my van. Yesterday was wild. I assisted in another breeding for the horses here. So a baby is being made and I was holding the mare, who's my favorite here on the farm. But it was a chaotic one because of loose horses that happened during the process. And so it just made everything a little wild, but it was definitely a memory I will never, ever forget. And yeah, just so much happened during that. But hopefully today we go on a trail ride and we get to just enjoy the rest of our time together before it's time for a new adventure. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm hoping to record before I take off, but we'll see where I make my video. And I'm really grateful for you being here. I'll see you tomorrow.